stand by and watch what is happening in India. First, the few cases, 1 to 3 cases, were reported in Kerala, and later on it spreading gradually one by one to Maharashtra and Delhi. But what happened at the time when the specific lockdown, the containment zone should be there in the beginning of the March of 1920, but at the time the responsible people here, the central government, did not care about it. Actually, they did not know about it. They did not apprehend the impact of COVID-19. What they did, they remained the parliament. They allowed to form the government at the time, Madhya Pradesh, the Congress government. They make all sorts of arrangements so that the Congress government fall down, and until and unless the BJP government take charge and make a government, state government in Madhya Pradesh in India. Till then, nobody was telling, nobody was taking care, nobody was giving any importance to COVID-19. After that, the central government, what they did, nobody was talking about it. Nobody was shouting in the stadiums. In the middle of the February, there were preparation of Namaste Trump. Central government, the BJP party, the ruling party, was in the preparation of Namaste Trump. They invited the president of USA in Gujarat, and then they allowed to visit those Americans to Agra to visit Taj Mahal, the seventh wonder of the world. Many people from the America at the time also visited Delhi. But basically, it is the first source of COVID virus. Before us, Europe, especially the Italy, and the American people were attacked or infected by COVID-19 before us. Those people from the Europe, and it was reported 12 Italian men, including the Indian driver, was found COVID positive. Those people were the spreader. Those people from Europe and America were the carrier of this COVID-19 virus in India. And who allowed those people to travel? Who invited those president and his members, his team members in India? Who organized Namaste Trump? Namaste Trump was the triggering point here in India in spreading, contaminating, infecting the 19 COVID disease. Actually, when in the beginning of the year, the first week of January 2020 was the right time to make containment zone, but it was not there. Nobody thought about it. The virus gradually allowed to spread, slowly, gradually allowed to spread every corner of India. At that time, at least in the middle of the January, international flights should have been banned, but no international flight banned at that time. The foreigners are allowed to mingle, to come out from the airports without checking, and they were the carriers, super carriers of this disease, COVID-19 virus. But nobody is telling during 3-4 months, nobody is telling, nobody is finding out the flaws, nobody pointing out the carelessness of central government. But after these events, I mean after the ceremonial inauguration or formation of the state government in Madhya Pradesh, after the completion of the events of Namaste Tram, the central government suddenly awakened from their ignorance. And like a button prime minister, that means why I am telling this, button prime minister means at the middle of the night there was an event, demonetization, without any preparation, without given any time to the people to prepare about demonetization. This man, one switch man, one button on and off man, told us that from this midnight, the 500 rupee note and the 1000 rupee note is useless. Is a useless paper, waste paper, like tissue paper. Without any preparation from their part and without giving any time to prepare the people, they given counter logic, but those logic are not suitable. Those logic are not logically fit to the scheme of things. Many people died waiting in the queue, in the banks, in the ATM, queues in front of ATMs. Then suddenly this comes from the ignorance, yak in the central government, and suddenly we listen an announcement. Here again, there is no preparation from the central government about the impact of the lockdown. No time has given to the people of India, citizens of people of India, about the preparation of the COVID-19. Suddenly, he awakened from the huge ignorance and said, from today, Janta Hartal, Janta Curfew. That means curfew or imposing of 144, lockdown for the people and by the people. After that, from the announcement of the government, of the central government, then from today, midnight again, the whole India will lock down. But at that time, the infection was not spread as today it was spread. They did not prepare to provide any food. They did not prepare, even did not think about the poor people, the labor people. They did not think lower strata of people that how they would manage their daily life, how they will manage their food, how they will manage their electricity bill, their gas bill, their rent of their houses. They did not think about all these things. They should know, actually, they did not foresee the impact of lockdown. They did not see the impact, bad impact negative impact of those lockdown effect on the poor people of India, to the migrant labor people of India. They did not understood at that time. And there is a lockdown for many days, actually 2 months. And during these 2 months, still the COVID-19 was spreading slowly because of the non-preparation of the people, from the non-preparation of the central government and the state governments. People forced to move from one place to another place because of lack of food, essential commodities, essential services, lack of money. They are bound to come out from their rented houses. There were many hungry. They are in shortage of every essential commodities and essential services. Those people were running on foot, walking on foot hundreds of kilometers from Kerala to Kashmir, from Haryana to Delhi, from Delhi to Kolkata, from Calcutta to Madras, from Madras to Bangalore. All these people were walking, moving. At that time, a hungry walking India is moving from one place to another place. Or a walking hungry or hungry Indians are walking on the street. So many accidents was also there. Train accidents was also there. There are bus accidents, truck accidents. You cannot imagine so many accidents started to happen at the time. Why? Why there is a suddenly rise of accidents on the roads and railway tracks? Because of the mismanagement of the COVID-19. At the time it did not appropriate to lock down the whole India. What was necessitated at the time, what was very needful at the time, according to the situation, is that the containment zone should be created. There should created a criteria and there should be a containment zone at that time. And rest of India should be free to move. And people should have given proper time to prepare themselves. And after the complete lockdown, then unlock is started. The phase of unlocking is started. It was not needed. Now, unlocking, when you going to unlock, the spread of COVID-19 started quickly. Quickly, the COVID-19 spreading, affecting people, spreading every corner of the country. It was started from 1,000 COVID patients, 1,000 COVID positive men and women, to rise up 3,000, then rises up to 10,000, 15,000. Now unlock 2, the spreading of COVID started. More than 20,000 per day. This is ridiculous, man. Now here, at this time in this month, June and July, it was needed to shut down, lock down India completely. When there is a necessity to lock down completely, the central government started to unlock India. What a misunderstanding from the out of ignorance. When there should be a lockdown, unlocking started. when there was no need of unlocking, there was no need of lockdown, then at that time there was a lockdown. That means at that time it was needed specific place for specific containment zone. Specific place, specific manner positives, specific zone has been created, should have been created, and containment zone should be created there for COVID-19 people. Restrictions should be in the pockets of the area of infected places. But it did not happen. So what happened? What was not there, that is now. And what should be earlier, it was not there. What is now needed, now it is not happening. So total mismanagement, total misunderstanding of the situation of COVID-19. Now per day, in these days, per day 25,000 to 27,000 per day COVID positive patients is here in India, spreading very fast. And they hope that in the month of August, first week of the August 1920, the speed will slow down. But I don't think so, because I doubt their ability to understand the spread of COVID-19. What I was listening before, that in the month of February, that when the summer will come in India, the heat of summer will lessen the spread of COVID-19. But it did not happen. Later on, it is proved by Canadian professionals, experts and scientists that heat does not have any relations with COVID-19. But our ignorant idiot box, the idiot journalists of India, propagating this falsehood, the false notion, their false understanding, misunderstanding to the people, that Indian citizen should not worry about that, worry about COVID-19 because summer is coming in India. But it was not correct. Later on, Indian psychopath journalist, Indian half-baked educationist, half-baked educated people started propagating, started telling people that India is doing better than the rest of the world, and because of that we are not infecting or being infected by COVID-19 because India has a specific genetic code to resist the COVID-19. What is the genetic code? Where gone the genetic code now? It vanishes. Why all this type of propaganda, misinformation is spread among the people? Wrong hope created in the minds and heart of the Indian people. Actually, what they were doing in support of the central government. That central government is doing well. You should not worry or fear about the spread of COVID-19. COVID-19 is not serious for the Indian people, serious for maybe rest of the world, but not for Indians. Indians have a specific genetic code. Where gone the genetic code, man? These are nothing. These are the schemes. These rogue people think and plan to fool the people of India, so that people of India should not raise questions against the central government and central agencies. These are the clever schemes from the part of sycophant, dalal media, B&D media, fake media, sycophant media, double standard, dishonest media houses, journalists. Look what they are talking about all. They are saying that we are doing better from the first world, developed world. We are doing better than the European people. We are doing better from American countries, from United States of America. Okay, well, you are doing well, man. This is very good. You are comparing with the developed nations to a developing nation. Means Europeans are developed, Americans are developed. You are comparing with developed countries to developing country India. So far, so good. But when the people are saying that America has given a lot of money in assistance to the common people, general citizen, ordinary people to America, they have given shock at the rate of 10% of their GDP, and it is tantamount to trillions of dollars. In the same breath, they are telling to the people, making arguments that they are the developed countries. They have the ability to give people so much money as a soap. Directly they can give money to the people. But we are the developing nations. We do not have money to provide them. What? Look the contradiction. When the management of COVID-19 is there, they are comparing with the developed nation. But when giving to money to the people, they are now turning their face and turning their logic 360 degrees and telling we are developing nation. We cannot give 10% of our GDP. What they have given? 1% of GDP to the common people. So why do you see the contradictions of these people? The contradiction is that they compare the management with the developed country to a developing country, India, but at the same breath, they are telling we cannot provide the same kind of assistance to the common people, ordinary people of India, because we are developing. Here lies the crux of contradiction, stupidity. Actually, this is a very fallacy. Who is the loser here? Loser is the common people of India. They are telling we are better than America and Europe, so we are doing well in management of COVID-19. But in the same time, in the same breath, spread of breath, with the same mouth, at the same time telling we do not have that kind of capacity to help the ordinary people. Look, mind the contradiction, mind the irony here, and mind the fallacy of those people who are comparing the management of Indian COVID-19 to the Europe, developed nations, and America. I am repeating again the same logic, but to make you understand all these things I am doing. And another problem was there. The problem was with the Jamaat, Nizamuddin Jamaat people. Wow, those people are very few. And at the time, I think they were wrong. They are wrong they are not serious about the spread of COVID-19, and there was a cause also, misinformation from the India press, especially PTI. There was a misinformation spread. So those Jamatis were careless. They did a mistake. The mistake is how much and how serious, that is questionable, that is debatable. But the way Indian stupid fake journalist, dishonest journalist, those people are intellectually dishonest, man. They use the term, the terminology, the vocabulary they used against these Jamatis is not appropriate, proportional to their carelessness or a little bit of mistakes regarding apprehending the seriousness of spreading of COVID-19. That is okay, that is debatable, of course. But the way they are blamed, the way they are abused, the way they were termed and they are given the definitions, this is the voice, the tone, the words, hard words, hate words used against particular groups of people, and those particular peoples are connected and grouped to the minorities, especially to the Muslims. These are very objectionable. That means when the group, Jamati group, made mistake, and the seriousness of their mistakes, the weight of their mistakes does not proportionally counter debated by the dishonest intellectual journalist of India. But now, what happened? What happened? They did not compare with the other group of peoples who spread COVID-19. They did not mention the carelessness who organized Namaste Tran. They did not criticize the Madhya Pradesh government, state government, who at the time forming, they made gatherings to form their own government after the collapse of Congress government. These are the questions one should ask. These are the questions a normal citizen should ask to the central government. And you know, at that time, even during this time, one sort of narratives, only one sort of narratives are spreading in India. We should have alternative narratives, alternative point of view. People should have both or many kinds of alternative narrative, alternative point of view, and a single point, single event, so that they have the truth. But in India, the alternative perception, alternative narrative point of view is not available all the time. So here I am trying to give you an alternative point of view, an alternative narrative of COVID-19 in India and their mismanagement. Thank you. No more today. Subscribe my channel and press the icon button, press the bell button so that you get the up-to-date video. Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you.